Okay, now for the under hood portion of this. So this is the cruise control module that I got out of a junkyard. Unfortunately, a lot of the ones that came out of GMT 400s were cut. Somebody would just cut it right there. It's like, thank you. You just got to pull that off. I don't get why people are the way they are. So this one is actually out of a GMT 800. It looked the same. It had the same kind of electrical connector and all that. So I'm hoping that'll work. But if not, you know, 30-day warranty on that. So supposedly, according to the internet, and I'm fairly certain that I can trust that because it is the internet after all you have to do is change the turn signal stock on the column and then add the cruise control module up here. Now over here we've got an extra unused tang on the throttle body, and we've got an extra thing in the bracket, so that should be good. There's even another tab that looks like there's supposed to be something right there for another cable, and then supposedly there's a wiring harness hanging around inside here. Now the funny thing is, I was looking for it and I saw this thing and thought, oh well, I don't know what that is, but it goes to something, so it must not be that. So I kept looking around in here, and then eventually I was like, wait a minute, I unplugged this thing. And it's literally, I don't know if you can see down in there, but it's literally just a little dummy plastic thing. Like they have, this is it. This is the piece, and it's plugged into a little fake plastic connector to just protect it, I guess. So anyway, this is the connector, and then there's these little dimples in the firewall that look like they correspond with this thing, with these two and this one. And so basically, I'm thinking I can just kind of so those two look like they go to there, and then that one right there. So yeah, the screws that came with this, actually these are from a GMT 400, so these are self tappers, but I'll go ahead and drill a couple pilot holes on those. So it's those two on the end and that one right there, and then we'll get this thing screwed in, plug in the wiring harness, hook this up to there and this up to the throttle body, and then take this thing for a spin and see if it works. I don't know what's behind there, so I don't really want to. Well, I guess I don't have much of a choice. Boy, that was pretty easy. Is there something behind it? What did I hit? Oh, okay. I was hitting the brake booster. Not tighten. Okay. Well, that's pretty tight. Did I screw myself by putting this thing on already? Maybe. Seriously? Okay. So see how it's got that tab on the one side, and then this looks like it's backwards. I think maybe I can just spread this apart just enough to get it off. Flip it around. And stick this in there. I'm hoping. Come on, man, get in there. There we go. Alright. So if I can get this thing to click onto that. And this should go like that, and that's it. So now we've got that feeding to there. That looks a little bit better. Going to there, all mounted. Okay, let's take it for a spin and make sure this thing works, and hopefully we won't be undoing all this and taking this thing back. Okay. Let's back out of the driveway here. Okay, so the way cruise control works on these 90s GMs is you've got the switch. R and A means resume and accelerate, and then the little arrow there that says set, that's that button in the end of it, and you push that to set your speed. So you have to be going faster than 25 miles an hour, and then you hit that button to set the speed, and it maintains that speed. And then if you want to accelerate, you just hold that switch in towards the right. But then also, it doesn't tell you this on the stalk, but if you want to slow down, you hold that button in. And then if you hit the brakes or the clutch in a manual, it'll shut it off temporarily, and then that's what the R, resume, means. Go back to the same speed you were going before. So we're at about where I want to be. So we'll just hit the button. I just felt the gas pedal move in, and we are maintaining 44. And then if we hold the switch in, we're accelerating up to 50. Now if we hold the button in, we are now coasting. Now here's a red light, so we're gonna obviously come to a stop using the brakes, which shut off the cruise. I don't know why I'm letting the sun just blind me while I'm trying to film while driving. This is all 100% safe. Don't worry about that one bit. Not that you were. So now, I don't know why they don't let you use it under 25, but we get up to 25, and then I'll just hit the resume and not pushing on the gas, and we are accelerating back up to where we were. Now, I don't really want to go faster than 45, so I'm going to hold the button in and let this thing coast down to 45. Oh, and another thing is, let's say you wanted to go 46. Well, you just push that switch once, that'll go up one, push the button in the end, and it'll go down 1 mile an hour. So yeah, I guess it was a success. Every time I try to say that on film, I stumble over my words. It was a success. It's impossible to say once, let alone 5 times fast. So, successful endeavor here, and this will be much easier to drive this thing on the highway now, so that's gonna ease my mind. So yeah, pretty sweet.